Hello everyone, I hope you all are staying safe by following precautions against COVID-19. Everyone is wearing the mask at home as well as if you are going outside, and when you are coming back to your home, are you using the sanitizer? Everyone should. Now we are going to start with a new chapter in which we will understand how animals adjust in their surroundings. Now children, you have observed that animals live in various surroundings. According to their climatic conditions, according to their temperature, they adjust according to their environment. First of all, we should know animals live in different regions. In the slide you can see first terrestrial animals. The animals that live on land are known as terrestrial animals. Here also in the blackboard I have made the flow chart. Second is aquatic animals. Aquatic animals, they live in water. Third is amphibians. Amphibians mean they can live both land and water. Now aerial animals means that lives most of the time in the air. Arboreal means they can live on trees. Children, nowadays it's a hot summer day when you all are taking cold drinks, you all are using ACs, fans, coolers, but animals don't have this facility to adjust according to their environment. So they develop some special peculiar features in their body to adjust according to their environment. So children, this adjustment is known as adaptation. So the peculiar features that develop in animal's body or plant's body also. Not only in previous chapter we have read adaptation in plants. So that means in an organism body, a peculiar feature that help them to adjust according to their environment is known as adaptation. So adaptation is clear to you everyone. We have read in the previous chapter also adaptation in plant. So if we are using the word organism, means plant and animal. Now, and even human being also. Now adaptation in terrestrial animal. Terrestrial means land animal. We have read previously that land animals are known as terrestrial animals. So adaptation in terrestrial animal, here I am taking the example of camel. Camel is known as sheep of the desert. You know, sheep of the desert means it can walk easily on sand and it can survive in the desert area. Desert area means it is totally covered with the sand and there is a scarcity of water takes place. So we will read some adaptations that are found in camel's body. Number one, it has thick padded feet to walk easily on the sand. So thick padded feet help them to walk on sand without sinking their feet. Then it can drink large amount of water at a time to survive for many days, because when in desert area there is a scarcity of water takes place. Then it has thumb. Children, it has thumb, a small outgrowth-like structure which is found at the back of camel's body that stores fat. Children, you also when you eat extra food, the extra food gets stored under your skin. And whenever you don't eat the food, that can be utilized during that time. But it can store the fat and that fat can be utilized for several days. It cannot stay longer for several days, but camel can stay longer for several days without any food and water. So this is also a peculiar feature which camel can, which help camel to adjust to their environment. Then it has long eyelashes that prevent sand from getting into their eyes during the sandstorm. They have the long eyelashes which prevents the sand to enter into its eyes. Okay. In this slide, children, I have taken an example of polar bear. Polar bear lives in a cold areas. Children, in cold areas, temperature is very low. have to protect their body from extreme cold. Children, during winters, you wear woolen clothes. How woolen clothes protect you? They trap the air, and air has a tendency to not allow the heat from one side to another. So in the same way, your body temperature do not allow to go out. In the same way, the polar bear has thick fur which trap air, and air do not allow their body heat to move out. Hence, they can survive very well in the cold climate. So they have thick fur which do not allow their body heat to move out. And secondly, they are white in color, and the white color of polar bear help them to protect themselves against enemy. Enemy cannot be able to recognize polar bear in the white icy area. Now I'm going to change the slide. Now next adaptation of the physical animal is hibernation. Children, when animal cannot be able to adjust in their environment and they are unable to get the food, then they go to a long winter sleep that is known as hibernation. And you can see the example of bear here. They have gone to the hibernation, and during that time they become inactive, and then hibernation helps to conserve their energy till they get the food. Now next is adaptations in aquatic animals. Animals that live in water are known as aquatic animals. Children, they have to adjust in the environment because they continuously swim in water, so they have fins to swim in water. In the same way, they breathe with the help of gills. Children, they don't have nose. If they don't have nose, their body will be filled with water and they will die. So they have gills. Now children, gills wall absorb oxygen, and the water passes out from the gills from the body, and they take the oxygen inside their body. Their shape is streamlined, that means which is narrow in the corner and broader in the center. Now amphibians. Children, amphibians are the animals that live both on land as well as on water. So you can see the examples of amphibian, that is newts, frog, salamanders and toads. Toads are somewhat bigger than the frog. They have the leathery skin, so they live in water as well as on land. So children, in the land, they breathe with the help of lungs, and when they are in water, they breathe with the help of gills. And they have the limbs. Limbs means these are the forelimbs and these are the hind limbs. So they have the limbs that enable to swim in water. They can swim very well with the help of their limbs. And they have the webbed feet also, children. Webbed feet means they have the network between their toes, like this. They have network, a small skin-like structure which is present between the two toes, and that helps them to swim in water. Now next is aerial animals. Aerial animals, as you know, that they can live in the air, so they spend most of the time in the air. They have wings. Their specialty is wings. In previous classes, third class we have read, they have three types of feathers: down feathers, body feathers and flight feathers. So they have wings and their body is very lightweight. They have hollow bones as well as they have again streamlined body. Streamlined body means which is broader in the center and narrow in the corners. Arboreal animals. Arboreal animals are the animals that live in trees. Again, they have a strong forelimbs to jump from one branch to another branch. You can see the monkey, you can see the squirrel, okay? They have strong limbs and claws to hold the branches because they jump from one branch to the other, and they can hold with the strong claws. Adaptation for food. Children, one scientist was there, his name was Darwin. He said the organism that can able to adjust according to the environment, only they survive. So children, for the food also, animals have to adapt according to the food they eat. Animals eat different kinds of food. So first of all, we'll see according to the feeding habits, animals are classified into three categories: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and parasites. Okay, let us discuss one by one. Herbivores. Herbivores are the animals that eat only plant or the plant product, and for that purpose they have the strong biting teeth. Biting teeth means they have the front incisors. They have the strong front incisors. Children, you all eat apple from your front four teeth. In the same way, they have the front sharp teeth to bite the plant product. Carnivores. Carnivores are the animals that eat flesh of other animals. They have to tear the flesh. For that, they have the strong canines. Their body is adapted with the strong canines so that they can tear the flesh easily. Omnivores. The animals that eat plant as well as animals are known as omnivores. Example here, cockroaches, crow. You can see the slide easily. Now parasites. In the previous chapter we have read about the animal parasite, that is dodder. Okay, parasites are the animals that live on other body, other organism for their survival. Just like you all, some girls are sitting over there. Some girls, they have lice in their hair. So that lice is also parasite. Children, they suck blood from your head. So please remove lice from your head if it is there in your head. Because one day they will start sucking. First of all, they live in your head, your hair, and then they go inside your hair. They lay eggs, and then their babies and their young ones or the adult ones start sucking the blood from your head. In the same way, here you can see the mosquito. Mosquito also sucks the blood. In the same way, the tapeworm, it lives in your intestine. It is very long, tape-like structure. It has a tape-like structure. That is why its name is called as tapeworm. So it again takes the digested food from your body and it may give you several diseases. So please take the deworming tablets according to the doctor's suggestions. Okay, you take advice from the doctor and take deworming tablets from time to remove these parasites which are present inside your intestine for protection. Children, animal scares from us and we scares from them. Just like if we see a snake, snake also scares from us. So protect from human beings or from other organisms, they bite them to protect themselves. In the same way, here you can see the rabbits and rats, they make the burrow and they live inside the burrow whenever they see any enemy which is coming nearby it. Animals for protection. Whales, elephants are too big in size, so they protect themselves from their size. That means no small animals can come nearby them. Now next slide. Camouflage. Children, camouflage is an ability of animal to merge with their surrounding. That means the enemies cannot be able to recognize them in their surrounding. Here are some examples like chameleon. Chameleon can change its color. They look like a green color in the green grass, and they are greyish in color in the rocks. In the same way, leaf insect, it looks like a leaf. Stick insect, it looks like a twig. So that enemies cannot be able to recognize. In the same way, other examples are also there, like tiger. They have stripes. Zebra, they have stripes in their body so that they can hide behind tall jungle grass. Some animals protect with the help of shells or spines. You can see here porcupine body. It has spiny body. Whenever any enemy comes nearby it looks like a spiny ball-like structure. Then you can see the crane, you can see the turtle. They have shell. Whenever any enemy comes nearby it, they go inside the shell and they seems to be dead, that no enemy can recognize, and they can protect themselves with the help of their shells. Poison. Poison is another adaptive feature of some of the animals. Here you can see the scorpion and the snake. Scorpion and snake gives us poison if any organism go nearby it to protect themselves. Right? So this is another kind of adaptation. You can see the animals. Seasonal movement of some birds and animals in large number to escape from unfavorable conditions. Unfavorable condition means when they are unable to survive in that particular climate or the place. Like Siberian crane, they migrate from Siberia during extreme cold winter. Then they come to India. That time they breed here. Then they go back to the Siberia when again weather is favorable for them. In the news headline, children, you might have heard about the locust or the tindi. They are migrated to India nowadays. Generally, children, locusts migrate in search of greenery as well as moisture. So they are spoiling our crops also, like oats, peanuts and cotton. So they have destroyed our agricultural crop, and it was a great harm to our country. I am again here to revise the lesson again. Adaptation in animal, children. Animals have to adjust not only animals, all organisms have to adjust according to an environment. Even we also, animals also, plants also, they have to. Plants adaptation we have read in the previous chapter. So every living being has to adjust according to their environment, according to their habitats. Habitat is a place in which the organism live. Organism word means whether it is plant, animal or the human being. So now second slide, revise. Habitat. I told you according to the habitats, animals will be classified into terrestrial habitats, aquatic habitats, amphibians, aerial and arboreal. Terrestrial means land animals. In the same way, if we are looking for the plants, we can see the land plants. The plants that are grown in land, grown on lands are known as terrestrial plants. In the same way, aquatic means water animals, or if we are using the word for the plant, we can say the plant grown in water are known as aquatic plants. Then amphibians that live on land as well as in water, aerial that live in the air, arboreal that live on trees. In terrestrial animals like camel. Camel has thick padded feet to walk on the sand so that without sinking its body, it can walk easily on the desert area. It can drink a large amount of the water as well as it can store fat in its hump, which it utilizes whenever the scarcity of water and food takes place. Now next slide. Polar bear has thick fur to protect their body from cold because the fur traps the air and air do not allow their body heat to come out, so they remain warm in the extreme cold climate. Now next slide is hibernation. Hibernation means when the animal goes for long winter sleep and they become inactive during that time. Frog also undergoes hibernation process and they become inactive during that time. Time is again favorable, they come out from their hibernation stage. Now next slide is adaptation in aquatic animals. Aquatic animals have to survive according to the aquatic environment. So they have fins to move in water, okay, and then they have streamlined body, which I have made the diagram also, which is narrow in the corner and broader in the center. And they breathe with the help of gills. That is the main adaptation which is found in aquatic animals. Amphibians, animals that live both on land as well as in the water. Aerial animals. Animals that live in the air are known as aerial animals. Their body is covered with feathers and they are again streamlined body. Their bones are hollow because their body is light, that help them to fly in the air. Arboreal animals. Arboreal animals are the animals that are present in the trees. They are found in the trees. For that they have strong forelimbs and claws to jump from one branch to another. Limbs are clear. These are the forelimbs and the limbs by which you walk, they are known as hind limbs. Adaptation for food. According to the food habit, the animals are of 4 types: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and parasites. Herbivores are the animals that eat plant products. Then carnivores are the animals that eat flesh of other animals. For that they have the strong canine teeth to tear the flesh of other animals. Then omnivores, they eat both plant and animals, right? Here you can see the bear, so cockroaches, even we are also omnivores, right? Next is parasites. Parasites are the animals that live on others' body, and the body in which they live is known as host. Then adaptation for protection. As you know, that animals protect themselves by making burrows, like you can see the rat and the rabbit. Then whales and dolphins have the 2 big size so that the small enemy cannot reach nearby them. So because of their 2 big size, they can protect themselves. Then camouflage. Camouflage is the ability of an animal to merge with its surrounding. Example, chameleon, it can change its color. It can be green in color in the green leaves, or it may be grey in color in the rocks. Leaf insect, it looks like a leaf. So that camouflage helps them to protect from the enemy. Enemy cannot be able to recognize whether it is leaf or the insect. In the same way, twig insect look like a twig. So that the enemy cannot be able to recognize the twig insects also, and they protect themselves by their camouflage ability. Then shells and spines, porcupine, it makes the ball-like structure. It looks like a spiny ball, so that no enemy can reach there. In the same way, crab and turtle have shell to protect themselves. Whenever any enemy reach there, they go inside their shell to protect themselves from enemies. Poison. Some animals have adaptation to protect themselves. They bite others and they give poison to the others, like snake and the scorpion. When you go nearby them, they protect themselves. Whether you do anything or not, they will bite you definitely to protect themselves. Okay? Migration is temporarily transfer from one place to another place, is known as migration. Example, Siberian crane, locust is the burning example you might have heard in the news headlines, which destroyed the agricultural crop of our India. So this is known as migration. Then thank you, children. One more thing I would like to say, in spite of several adaptations, the animals are unable to survive in the earth. Do you know why? Because of our human activities. We all are destroying the jungles. We all are removing the forest for our own selfishness. We are killing the animals. So please, children, try to think about it and try to save animals. Have a nice